In today's real life example, I'll walk you through a client that ended up purchasing a home utilizing the Purchase Plus Improvements mortgage and kind of how all of that shook out and what some of the challenges were, so that if you're considering buying a home that needs some substantial renovations done, or not even substantial, maybe some minor renovations, but you want to make sure that they're covered. Here's an example. We had a client that bought a home, nice neighborhood, but an older established neighborhood. And it turns out that the home that they bought had a furnace system in it that was, I don't know, it was kind of really intense, high energy efficient. It was, even the venting was a little bit different. And what happened is it wasn't negotiated properly in the purchase agreement, but the homeowner who sold the house actually took the furnace with him, if you can believe that. He not only took the furnace, but took the air ducting system as well. And so when it became apparent to this new homeowner that they were going to end up occupying a home that didn't have a furnace, that ended up raising a few issues. One, the bank doesn't want to provide a mortgage on a home that doesn't have a furnace. And then secondly, where does the money come from in order to pay for that furnace? Because all of the funds that this particular borrower had were going to be used for their down payment. So they had to scramble to figure out what they were going to do. And that's where the Purchase Plus Improvements mortgage came in. So the bank was able to approve them for closing on the property so they could purchase it, and at the same time made sure that before the purchase happened that they were able to get an HVAC company in there, or heating and ventilation air conditioning company in there, to install a new furnace, put the ducting back in. And the homeowner did have to negotiate with the contractor to delay payment because they didn't have the funds available. But as soon as the work was done, the inspector went out and was able to show the bank, look, furnace is in, you guys are good, and they were able to kind of make it all work. But it was looking a little sketchy there for a bit. The homeowner was obviously very worried. So a couple of things. If you're buying a home that needs some renovations, make sure that you negotiate in your purchase agreement that you can get access to the property for any of the trades that need to go in and take a look and give you quotes. That's really important. You'd be surprised, some homeowners will say, no, I don't want anybody in the house until you own it, and because you didn't negotiate in the contract, I don't have to give you access. So make sure you get access. And then secondly, if it turns out the home does need renovations, make sure you've had a conversation with the trades or the contractor to figure out how payment of their invoice is going to work. Either you're going to pay it and get reimbursed from the bank, or you're going to ask them to wait for payment until the check is released from the bank, and then you'll give it directly to them. So those are a couple things to keep in mind. And there's a real live example of someone that had to use the Purchase Plus Improvements mortgage to make sure there was a furnace in their home when they took possession.